The street ended where it should not have existed at all. Between two collapsed houses, swallowed by weeds and time, a small playground lay in silence, its rusted frame catching what little light the broken street lamps offered. The place looked starved of life, yet something in the air hinted it had never truly been empty. Daniel had wandered too far into parts of town people no longer claimed. The houses around him sagged like corpses left standing, their windows hollow, their doors barely clinging to their hinges. But it was the playground that drew him closer, the sight of its broken swing set and leaning slide stirring a feeling he could not explain. He stood at the splintered fence, staring into the ruin, and felt the night change around him. The air thickened. What moments ago had been an ordinary silence now carried a strange vibration, as if the ground itself held its breath. The swings stirred, their chains groaning softly. The rhythm of their movement was steady, deliberate, untouched by wind. The merry-go-round, half buried in weeds, began to shift, its rusted surface grinding in protest as it spun. The structures of the playground seemed to breathe with a life of their own. Daniel tried to step back, yet his body resisted, rooted in place by an unseen weight. He could not shake the sensation that countless eyes rested on him, watching, waiting. The pavement within the playground darkened, stretching with shapes that should not have existed. Shadows lengthened unnaturally across the ground, forming outlines too small to belong to adults. They darted, restless, moving in patterns that mimicked play without any source to cast them. The air pressed tighter against him. Each breath felt shallow. Every sound amplified the grinding of chains, the screech of rust, the faint scrape of movement across concrete. His pulse quickened as the shadows slowed. Their chaotic play stilled. They gathered at the center of the playground, stretched into a silent crowd, all angled toward the place where he stood. Faceless yet intent, their posture held no innocence, only an unbroken stare. Something rolled from the darkness. A faded red ball emerged across the cracked pavement and stopped at his feet. The instant it touched the ground, the merry-go-round shuddered to a halt, and the swings froze mid-motion. The silence that followed was heavier than the one before, a silence that seemed to listen. Daniel stumbled backward. His legs, stiff with fear, barely carried him away. The weight of unseen eyes grew sharper with every step until the pressure became unbearable. Panic forced him into motion, his body breaking free of the grip of the place. He ran, the streets around him twisting endlessly, every shadow lengthening as though the night itself chased him. Only when he reached a brighter part of town did the weight lift. The street behind him was gone, replaced by ordinary homes with warm-lit windows, as if the playground had never been there.
The next morning, he tried to bury the memory, convincing himself that exhaustion had warped his mind. But when he opened his phone, the truth carved its way back. His gallery was filled with photographs he had never taken. Every image placed him in that playground. The swings blurred in motion, the merry-go-round spun at impossible speed, and the shadows surrounded him from every side. In each photograph, his face wore a smile stretched wide, a smile he could not remember giving.